What is going on, everyone? Welcome into another edition of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. We're all doing live streams, my play-by-play and live reaction to college basketball games. I'll be doing this throughout the regular season and, of course, into the March Madness tournament. And we have a great day for college basketball today. This is stream number one of three streams that I'll have for you guys today, as this will be the first one. Big Ten basketball action between the number 19 Wisconsin Badgers and the number 7 Michigan Wolverines, as Michigan lost about a month ago at Madison to Wisconsin, as this could be the revenge game here for Michigan. We'll see, as that the first loss of the season Michigan suffered was against Wisconsin. And then later today, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll have the Battle of the Big East for you guys. One of the best games all season that should be going down in the Big East later today, this afternoon, between the Villanova Wildcats, number 14 right now in the nation, going up against the number 10 Marquette Golden Eagles. So that one should be a good game. And of course, closing out the day with me will be number 2, the Duke Blue Devils, traveling to Virginia to take on the number 3 Virginia Cavaliers. So a full packed day of college basketball action. Can't wait to start this. We're about 7 or 8 minutes away from tip-off here, as I have the game on Fox right now that I'll be watching the stream and calling live play-by-play reaction from right here. And I thank you all for joining me. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. So we'll get into the little bit of the pregame action before we get started here, as we got about like 7 to 8 minutes before the opening tip-off. We'll start off this time with the away team, the number 19 Wisconsin Badgers, coming into this game with a 17-6 record, riding that 6-game winning streak, 9-3 right now in Big Ten play, as the Badgers are 3-2 versus the AP Top 25. As we look to the AP Top 25 so far, they lost to Virginia early in non-conference play, 53-46, but they followed that up with a win against Iowa, who was in the top 25. They beat them 72-66, but they did split the series against Maryland. They lost the away game at the Terrapins by 4, and then they beat Maryland back on February 1st, 69-61. And then, of course, the other top 25 game in there is the revenge game for Michigan. You have to go back to January 19th for that one, where the Wolverines lost in Madison by 10. For the Wisconsin Badgers, the player to look out for today in this game will be Ethan Happen. He's leading his team in all categories here: points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game. Ethan Happ averages 18.3 points per game. That's good for 5th right now in the Big Ten. He's also 3rd in the Big Ten for rebounds per game, as he's averaging a double-double right there with points per game and rebounds per game, as Ethan Happ has just above 10 rebounds per game at 10.4 average per game, and also just right above 5 assists per game as well for Ethan Happ, as he sits 3rd in the conference in assists. So 22 of the games so far this season out of 23 that Wisconsin's played, Ethan Happ has scored double-digit points in 22 of 23 games this season. And also, along with that, Happ has 15 double-doubles. He's definitely the player to look out for tonight, as Ethan Happ had a double-double against Minnesota coming off of that game, their last win, where they won against Minnesota 56-51 on Wednesday, as Happ had 15 points and 13 rebounds. As the last game for Happ, he had 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists the last time Wisconsin met Michigan, and the Badgers pulled off that victory by 10. So Wisconsin's riding that 6-game winning streak. You have to go all the way back to January 14th for their last loss of the season. That was at Maryland, where they lost 64-60. Whereas right now, this could be a defensive game, most likely, in the looks for this one. The 8th best scoring defense right now in all college basketball for Wisconsin, as they average 61 points per game. And they'll be going up against Michigan, who right now is the 2nd best scoring defense in all college basketball, right behind Virginia and the Cavaliers, as Michigan only allows opponents to an average of 57.3 points per game. So I covered Wisconsin a little bit here in the pregame, as I'll go over Michigan here. We thank you all for joining in. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe as well. What I do is play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, and I'll be doing this throughout the season and, of course, into the conference tournament. So feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe as well. So look at the Michigan Wolverines here coming into this game at home this time. Number 7 in the nation, 21-2 overall, 10-2 in Big Ten play. They're undefeated at home this season at 14-0 at home, riding that one-game winning streak. They did lose against Iowa last Friday. So that was their second loss that they suffered. The first one at Madison and then against the Hawkeyes of Iowa. 4-0 against the AP Top 25 for the Michigan Wolverines. As those Top 25 games, they beat Villanova early in the season. They absolutely crushed them, 73-46. And then they beat North Carolina early in non-conference play as well, 84-67. And then they beat Purdue early on in conference play for the Big Ten, 76-57. And then they knocked out Indiana out of the top 25, which Indiana has lost, I think, like 8 out of the past 9 games as well. So the key player to look out for today for the Michigan Wolverines here would be Iggy Brazdeikis, as if Michigan wants to win this game, they really need him to get into scoring, as the last game for Michigan, coming off the win against Rutgers at Piscataway by 12, they beat them 77-65. Iggy Brazdeikis led the Wolverines that game with 23 points. He was 5 for 9 from three-point range that game. Iggy right now leads the Wolverines in points per game with an average of 15.5 points per game. But if Michigan really wants to win this game, they need to get him in there to score early against Wisconsin and often, because the last game when they played at Madison, Brazdeikis was held scoreless to 0 points for that entire game, as he was 0 for 5 from the field. And we look to the Michigan Wolverines. We'll see what they do really well, as they're led by Coach John Beilein. As Michigan, a couple of categories here, they do really, really well, as they're third right now in all college basketball and fewest turnovers per game. They also don't foul that often, as they're 7th right now in fewest fouls per game, as they only average around 14.3 fouls per game. And they're 2nd right now in the best scoring defense in all college basketball, right behind Virginia. They only allow 57.3 points per game on average. So we look to the Big Ten standings. The Michigan Wolverines sitting at top of the conference, 10-2 overall right now in the Big Ten, and Michigan just right behind at 9-3 in the conference, tied with Michigan State, who's lost the last couple of games. They lost at Indiana last Saturday, and then a huge upset against Illinois earlier this week. So they've lost 3 games in a row right now from Michigan State. As we thank you all for joining me, this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. And what I do is play-by-play live reactions to college basketball games. Game 1 out of 3 games today, Michigan, Wisconsin first, then Villanova against Marquette at 2:30, and then we'll have the big one later today, Duke against Virginia. So we welcome you in here. We're almost ready for tip-off. The player to watch out for today would be Ethan Happ for Wisconsin, as he does everything, leading all 3 categories right now for the Badgers. Points per game, rebounds, and assists. Currently averaging that double-double for points per game and rebounds. 18.3 points per game coming in right now for Wisconsin for Ethan Happ, and he also has 10.4 rebounds average per game. Iggy Brazdeikis will be the key today for the Michigan Wolverines. They need him to score and to score often in this one. Last time they played against Wisconsin, Iggy was held scoreless throughout the entire game of that one, 0 for 5 from the field. So we're almost getting ready for this game. We'll look to that Big Ten scoreboard. We'll see what other games we have. So crucial game again out in East Lansing later today for the Michigan State Spartans, as they host Minnesota. Minnesota is kind of towards the bubble as well, but they're still in it. They're one of I think, yeah, one of 8 teams right now in the latest bracketology projections. Indiana slipped. Nebraska has slipped because out of nowhere, Illinois has beat these teams. So now we're at the half-court circle as we're getting ready for tip-off at the Michigan Michigan, and their white home jerseys with the blue lettering, yellow outline, and we got Wisconsin in their red jerseys and white lettering. We're underway. Michigan with a tip now as the ball goes to John Teskey at the top of the key. Passes the ball off, trying to dribble inside with Xavier Simpson. Feeds the ball off to Brazdakis. Hits the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by half of Wisconsin. The ball's taken past the timeline. Demetric Trice with the ball. So Wisconsin has it. Passing around the perimeter now. Davison feeds the ball off to Trice. Trice now, right wing behind the perimeter, feeds the ball off to Happ now, top of the key. And he's still with the ball as he dribbles inside. Happ backing his way. Spin move. Ethan Happ with the left hand up and off the glass. So Wisconsin strikes first. 2-0 Badgers to start off this one. 19:08 remaining in the first. Michigan with the ball towards the left wing. Now trying to dribble towards the right elbow. Feeds the ball top of the key. 3 from the outside. And it hits the top of the rim. No good as the rebound goes back to Wisconsin. We do have a malfunction here on the Fox scoreboard as looks like the scorekeeper wasn't ready and they put 1 on the scoreboard. Fox is taken off the graphic now. Ethan Happ did get the first basket, so it should be 2-0. Wisconsin make that 4-0 as the pass goes inside. Nate Reavers sends it home off the glass as he was wide open. So 4-0, Wisconsin is up. Michigan now with the ball, left wing behind the perimeter, top of the key. Brazdakis towards the right wing now, passes the ball inside towards the baseline low post. Charles Matthews lets it fly, no good. The jumper could not go. Rebounded by Wisconsin. So now the Badgers have the ball, trying to back his way into the low post. It's Ethan Happ. Happ with 2 men to beat, and no foul called by the refs. But Khalil Iverson gets the ball back and retains possession for Wisconsin. Wisconsin now right wing behind the perimeter, still with the ball is Brad Davison. Brad Davison dribbles towards the top of the key, and he takes the right elbow shot deep 2, no good. Rebounded by Michigan. As the Wolverines take the ball past the timeline, Charles Matthews trying to go inside, and a rejection by Nate Reavers of Wisconsin. Wisconsin has the ball back. They take it past the timeline. Trice dribbling top of the key now with the ball is Trice. Trice passes the ball right wing now. Davison with the ball back to Trice. Top of the key, passes the ball left corner with it. It's Khalil Iverson, and errant pass there as there's bodies on the floor and rolling around with the ball, and Brazdakis comes away with it for Michigan. So the Wolverines have yet to score. 17-18 remaining. 3 ball from the outside. It goes down by Jordan Poole, who's shooting the ball 40.8% from 3-point range. So the Wolverines are finally on the board here with a score 4-3. Wisconsin now with the ball past the timeline. And now the feed inside for Wisconsin, and the shot could not go by Khalil Iverson. Rebounded by Michigan. Michigan in transition. Oh, they tried to feed the ball into Charles Matthews, and it's stolen away inside the low post. Taken past the timeline here with Brad Davison. Dribbling towards the top of the key. Passes the ball off to Demetric Trice. Left wing now with the ball's Happ. Happ dribbling with the ball inside, trying to spin his way in there. Guarded by Teskey. Happ off the basket. In there, up and good as he hit that one off the glass. So Ethan Happ right now with 4 points as Wisconsin's up 6-3. 16:20 left to go in the first. Brazdakis with the ball, feeds the ball off now. Left wing on the perimeter. Xavier Simpson with the ball. Now he's dribbling, and now he passes it low baseline to Brazdakis. Finally gets something to go. Up and in off the glass, and he has his first 2 points ever against Wisconsin. So now we have a 6-5 game here. Wisconsin's up by 1 with 16:06 left to go. Beautiful pass right there to the left. It was towards the left corner, and Brazdakis dribbled baseline and got that one underneath the basket. So 16:06 left to go in the first. For John Beilein's squad right now, down by 1. Beilein's in his 12th season as head coach here for the Michigan Wolverines, posting a 269 wins in his career. and only 145 losses. That's good for 65%. I'll update the chat here with the score. Thank you all for joining me. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So yeah, this was just getting started. Pretty good game so far. 6-5 here. We do have the first timeout of the game with 16:06 left to go in the first. I'll look into some of the box score stats here. But Iggy Brazdakis, thank you for the like. I really appreciate it. Iggy Brazdakis finally got his first 2 points of the game ever against Wisconsin. He was held scoreless the last time against the Badgers, and this time he finally scores, and we're not even 4 minutes into this one. So the pass was handed off towards the left corner where Brazdakis dribbled in baseline and got the shot underneath the basket to go. So he finally got something to go. As this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. We're back to action right now. Wisconsin with the ball into the hands of Brad Davison, who passes the ball off to Happ. Happ trying to dribble his way inside, and Ethan Happ gets it to go as he shows you why he's #1 in 3 categories for the entire Wisconsin team this season, doing it with the scoring right there. So now Michigan with the ball trying to float it in there was no good by Xavier Simpson. Teskey tried to fight for it, and Wisconsin gets the rebound. Badgers up by 3, 8-5 right now, 15.5 left to go. Right corner with the ball, and the ball's fed into Happ, down inside the low post, kicks the ball back outside. And now back to Happ, inside. Ethan Happ with another bucket to go over Teskey once again. This guy's unstoppable. 10-5 right now, and the Badgers expanding their lead here when Michigan with the ball passing around the perimeter. Teskey hands the ball off to Charles Matthews, trying to dribble inside, couldn't get it to go, but the first foul will be charged on Ethan Happ of Wisconsin. So we'll get back to action here. No, yeah, I just checked the replay. It looked like it was a foul, but the refs called it back here in the play-by-play. They said that it was a turnover by Charles Matthews, so he was driving in on Happ right there, and I did see that the ball actually did hit the bottom part of the backboard right there underneath. So, yeah, so the refs will rule that a turnover instead. So we do have a timeout on the floor. Wisconsin 10, Michigan 5. We're just getting started. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe, and spread the message to my channel as well. Thank you, guys. Yeah, pretty good game so far here with Wisconsin and Michigan. We're just getting started in this. We'll look at the box score here since we're on this commercial break. Ethan Happ already has 8 out of the 10 points for Wisconsin early in this one. 2 rebounds to add along with that total as well for Happ, and he's showing you why right now that he leads Wisconsin in all 3 categories: points scored per game, also rebounds per game, and assists per game. Right now is Ethan Happ already has 8, and we're not even 5 minutes into this one. And Nate Reavers has chipped in 2 points so far in this one for Wisconsin. So that's where the scoring has gone to. On the other hand, for the Michigan Wolverines, 3 points leading the way on the 3-point shot from the perimeter by Jordan Poole, as he shoots the ball 40.8% right now from 3-point range. And then the other basket to fall was Iggy Brazdakis, who took the left corner pass towards right behind the arc, and he dribbled baseline with it, dribbled underneath the basket, and laid it up and in. So there's the 5 points so far by the Wolverines. We're just getting started here. We'll look to some of the team totals here. Is Wisconsin from the field shooting 5 for 8 right now. Michigan's 2 for 8 from the field. From 3-point range, Michigan's 1 for 2. Wisconsin's yet to attempt a 3-pointer in this one, but The Badgers out rebounding the Wolverines right now, 6-3 in this one. Since we're on this TV timeout, both of the teams right now look pretty even in assists and steals and blocks, both one apiece as well on that. As we're on this TV timeout here, if you're just joining us, the Wisconsin Badgers up 10-5 early against the Michigan Wolverines, already getting going with Ethan Happ. He already has 8 points, and we're not even 5 minutes into this one. So we're almost back to action here as we'll check the scoreboard out for other games during our next commercial break, and also Kansas playing against Oklahoma State right now. We have a couple of ACC games underway as well. Yeah, Ethan Happ is almost at 2,000 points for his career. He's at 1,970 points, and he has over 1,000 rebounds as well. So incredible career by Ethan Happ here in Wisconsin. Already at double-digit points here. So we're back to action. Wisconsin gets the ball as they take it past the timeline with Trice. Trice passes the ball right wing to Happ. Happ passes the ball now, and into the game's Kobe King for Wisconsin at the top of the key, dribbling. Left wing now with the ball as a lean forward. Dribbling the ball, and he feeds the ball back to Trice. Towards the Michigan logo with Trice. 10 on the shot clock, 14:40 left to go. Right wing three by Trice. And he sinks it from the outside. Demetric Trice hits that one, and Wisconsin extending their lead to 8 right now, up 13-5. Michigan with the ball, top of the key with Jordan Poole. Poole now dribbling towards his left side behind the three-point line. He's at the left corner now, dribbling towards the left wing now with the ball for Poole, and he falls down and almost stripped of the ball, but we got a foul on the play with 14:16 left to go. So that is the first foul of the game by Wisconsin. So, yeah, Jordan Poole was dribbling with the ball around the left wing of the perimeter right there, and then he just fell down with the ball and tripped, but looks like he was bumped by a Wisconsin player. So Michigan will get the inbound here. 14:08 left to go. Wolverines with the ball into the hands of Xavier Simpson. Try to dribble inside now into the low post, and Wisconsin thought it was a travel, but Simpson was fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. So we're just getting started here. We're Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe as well. As Xavier Simpson will be shooting 2 from the line right now for the Wolverines. 63.4% from the charity stripe this season. First shot. Hits it with 14:05 left to go. So Xavier Simpson hits the first shot from the line. So the first shot from the line went down by Xavier Simpson. Here's the second one. And no, that one hits the top of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Happ of Wisconsin. The ball gets taken past the timeline by Demetric Trice. Passes the ball off now to Happ. Now the ball's into the hands of Kobe King. Right wing with it. Back to Trice. Trice at towards the Michigan logo here, and passes the ball left wing here to a lean forward. Back to Trice. And now to Happ. Kicks the ball way outside now. Left wing trying to dribble inside with the ball, and the ball goes out of bounds by Kobe King, but we do have a foul charged on the play. The rest will meet together. They'll say that it was a ball that was swatted out of bounds by Michigan, so Wisconsin retains possession. Left wing three from the outside. No good by Trice. Rebounded by Michigan. Taken up past the timeline with Jordan Poole. And he throws the ball off to Simpson, and inside with Teskey. Couldn't get it to go as he falls down. As he tried to go inside of Wisconsin. Let's see this on the replay here. Simpson throws it into Teskey, and Ethan Happ just completely devours Teskey inside. Just takes that ball right away as the ball goes out of bounds. Happ's trying to plead his case that Teskey was out of bounds, but no, his last touch by Happ. So Michigan will get the inbound here. 13-6. Michigan down by 7 with 13:25 left to go. The ball gets inbounded by the Wolverines. Jordan Poole, top of the key three. And he hits it from the outside for Jordan Poole, who's shooting 40.8% from three-point range right now. So he's above 40% on the season. As Wisconsin has the ball now up by 4. Into the hands of Demetric Trice, dribbling towards the right wing outside, throws the ball inside, low post to Khalil Iverson, trying to back his way down there as he's guarded by Simpson. And he loses control of the ball, but they get it back. Feed inside to Wisconsin. No, they couldn't get it to fall. Tip back out to Michigan. Michigan takes the ball past the timeline, down by 4. The score is 13-9 with 12:42 left to go, and the ball's fed inside. Jordan Poole feeds the ball inside, and a two-handed slam by Charles Matthews of the Wolverines, and we got ourselves a 13-11 game in this one with 12:41 left to go. Let's see on the replay right here how this was set up. Number 2, Jordan Poole. Oh, that's before the top of the key 3 by Jordan Poole. That was before the feed inside. Poole throws it inside, and Charles Matthews with a two-handed jam for the Wolverines. So this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. And I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games. And, of course, I'll be doing this throughout the season and into the March Madness tournament. So don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button as well. So if you're just joining us, the score right now, the Wisconsin Badgers 13, the Michigan Wolverines 11, with 12:41 right now left to go in the first. And we do have a timeout on the floor currently. I'm going to update the score so we're on the same page right now with the score, since we're almost back to action. So we have 12:41 left to go. Then when we get into the commercial break, trying to see if Fox is going to take a commercial break now. If we do, I'll go into a little bit of the box score and run you guys down who's like the leading scorers right now. But we do have a stoppage in time. So, yeah, I'll let you know that Ethan Happ's leading the scoring for Wisconsin. He has 8 points already and 3 rebounds. We're back to action here. Wisconsin with Happ down in the low post. Kicks the ball back outside. Top of the key 3 by the Badgers. No good. And we have bodies on the ground, and Michigan gets the rebound. The ball gets taken past the timeline with Charles Matthews. Passes the ball off here to Eli Brooks. And Brooks feeds it left corner to Simpson. Simpson dribbling the ball now into the low post. Simpson floater up, no good, and a rebound by Happ as that one went off the top of the rim as a Wisconsin player tried to get it, and it went back into Happ's hands. So Demetric Trice takes the ball past the timeline for the Badgers and passes the ball off here as they feed it back outside. Trice goes inside the Happ. Happ with a reverse hit layup up and in for the Badgers of Wisconsin to extend their lead to 13-9, and Ethan Happ already in double-digit points right now with 10. Michigan with the ball now, right wing with its Brazdeikis, passes the ball off now towards the left wing, and now to the top of the key with Brazdeikis. Brazdeikis passes it off to Teskey. John Teskey, the senior, looking for somebody's open, finds Brazdeikis. Brazdeikis has 2 points so far. Iggy tries to dribble inside, and we have, looks like a turnover by Michigan, so the ball will go back to Wisconsin here. Wow. As we do have a timeout on the floor, the score is Wisconsin 15, Michigan 9 with 11:25 left to go in the first. I'll update the score again. This is game 1 out of 3 games that I'll be doing today. Later today, I'll be doing Villanova against Marquette. That game at 2:30. 2 of the top teams in the Big East battling it out. And don't miss later today, 6 p.m., Duke traveling to Virginia. I'll have that one for you guys. But I'm going to update the score right now as Wisconsin is currently up 15-9 against Michigan. So let's see the box score in this one in the early going. So Ethan Happ already has 10 points for the Badgers. He has 5 rebounds, so he's already going for that double-double, and we're not even halfway through this first half. As Ethan Happ on the season right now is just incredible what he's doing. 15 double-doubles. He has 22 games this season that he has double-digit points, and Wisconsin has played 23 games this season. On the other hand, Michigan really needs to get their leading scorer, Iggy Brazdeikis, into the game right now. He only has 2 points. The last time that Michigan played against Wisconsin and they lost by 10 in Madison was when Iggy was held scoreless that game 0 for 5 shooting from the field. So they really need to get Iggy Brazdeikis going in this one. As we're on a timeout here, I'll look to the box score and see what else we got going on right now. No other Big Ten games currently in progress. We do have some later today. Michigan State will be playing Minnesota. That's a huge game as Michigan State has lost 3 games in a row. They lost 2 Sundays ago at Purdue, and then last Saturday they lost a nail-biter in overtime at home against Indiana, with Indiana right now sitting at a 13-10 record, as that win put Indiana back into bubble contention. Then they lost again at the end of this week. That sent them backwards, as well as, I think they lost to Illinois as well. And Michigan State also lost to Illinois early this week as well. This Fighting Illini team's getting better and better every week. They have a strong chance beating Rutgers again today. They've really played spoiler into these teams. Illinois beat Maryland a few weeks ago. Maryland's in the top 25. Then Illinois beat Nebraska, sent them packing out of the bubble contention. Nebraska is not even considered an at-large bid anymore. So it'll be interesting what goes on in the games later today in Big Ten play. But we do have games going on right now. Close one between number 8 North Carolina and Miami. Miami is at the very, very bottom of the ACC, along with Notre Dame, Boston College, Wake Forest. That's a close one at Chapel Hill. 19 for North Carolina, 17 for Miami right now. And also Clemson currently on the bubble as well, and they're up at home against number 11 Virginia Tech. So this is a huge game today for Clemson to try to beat Virginia Tech at home. And another huge game for Kansas, as LaGerald Vick announced that he would be leaving the squad earlier this week for the Kansas Jayhawks, right now 13th in the nation, as it looks like Kansas probably will not win the Big 12 this season. They lost to Kansas State earlier this week. A few weeks ago, they lost to Texas, but we'll see what happens. We're back to action here. Michigan with the ball. Left wing 3 from the outside, and no good, but we do have a foul called by Michigan, so the ball will be going the other way anyway for Wisconsin. So, it looks like it was on like a pick play or something like that. So, it'll be a turnover to Wisconsin. Wisconsin with the ball now as they take it past the timeline. And dribbling with it. Inside in. A lob pass over the top to Ethan Happ in there. And he could not convert. That was easy as Happ was left alone. There was a lob pass over the top and just too strong off the backboard by Happ. I couldn't believe that he didn't slam that down on the alley-oop. No good. Michigan with the ball trying to dribble inside. Brazdeikis gets it stripped away from him, but Michigan gets it back. Now, and Michigan retains possession of the ball. Left wing. Try to dribble inside. Eli Brooks kicks it back out. Deep 3. Isaiah Livers delivers. 3 ball by Livers. 42.9% from 3-point ranges. We have a 15-12 game now for Michigan. Only down by 3. Huge shot by Isaiah Livers. Wisconsin now with the ball top of the key. Trying to feed the ball inside. And beautiful pass. Ethan Happ fed the ball inside to his teammate, who fed the ball again inside in a two-handed slam by Khalil Iverson. So Happ bounces it. That was to number 1 Brevin Pritzel, who bounces it again throws it right next to his teammate, who with a feed inside to number 21 Khalil Iverson. And Iverson got fouled as well, so it'll go to the line for the and 1. And he hits the top of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Michigan now as they take it past the right side of the timeline. Passes to the left side of the timeline. With the ball for the Wolverines. And now they try to dribble inside. John Teske gets it to fall off the glass, up and in. And Teske will go to the line for 1. So John Teske right there with a feed inside off the bounce pass by Eli Brooks. Gets it up and in off the glass for Michigan. And he went in between 2 Wisconsin defenders and sent that one home. So we have 10-18 remaining. Looks like the score is 17-12. think it should be 17-14. Fox forgot to update their scoreboard. Yep, 17-14 now. And John Teskey will go to the line for the and one. So here's the shot by Teskey, and it hits the top of the rim. No good. Rebounded by half of Wisconsin. So if you're just joining us, Wisconsin is up 17-14 with 10 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Wisconsin with the ball at the left wing outside. Now trying to dribble inside Khalil Iverson, who just got the last slam dunk, and throws it back outside. Right corner three, no good. Rebounded by Isaiah Livers of Michigan, who takes the ball past the timeline off the missed shot by Wisconsin. And now trying to dribble inside with Xavier Simpson, a right hand. Gets it up and in off the glass. We got ourselves a 1-point game here in Ann Arbor. 17 Wisconsin, 16 Michigan. 9:38 left to go in the first. Ethan Happ with the ball top of the key. Feeds the ball off left wing with it. Dribbling reverse. And now there's a lot of passing around the perimeter. Trying to dribble inside. Brad Davison at the low post. Feeds the ball into the baseline towards the low post with his Khalil Iverson. Trying to back his way in there. Reverse hand layup. No good. Off the top of the rim. Rebounded by Michigan. Wolverines trying to take their first lead of the game, as they're down by 1 with 9:10 remaining in the first. Xavier Simpson at the free throw circle feeds the ball inside, up and in off the glass by John Teskey. And the score right now, Michigan 18, Wisconsin 17. As the Wolverines have got on a run here at home. Wisconsin with the ball now, trying to dribble towards the low post, looking for somebody, kicks it back outside. Ethan Happ backs his way in there, guarded by Teskey. Happ guarded by two defenders. Happ turns baselines, trying to reverse it. Couldn't get it to fall. Rebounded by Michigan. Michigan, Iggy in transition. Right hand, no good. Too strong by Iggy. Rebounded by Wisconsin now. 8:25 left to go in the first. Wisconsin with the ball to lob over the top. Two-handed jam thrown down by Khalil Iverson of Wisconsin. So another slam jam added to his profile today, and a lead change as Wisconsin takes back the lead 19-18 with 8:08 left to go in the first. Michigan's moving the ball around the perimeter now. Left wing with the ball now to the top of the key with it is Isaiah Livers trying to dribble inside, and a burst of speed pass. Two defenders. And it goes up and in by Isaiah Livers. So Michigan takes back the lead once again, 20-19. Wolverines up by 1. 7:45 left to go. Brad Davison with the ball, top of the key, throws the ball left elbow to Ethan Happ, trying to back his way in there. Kicks the ball outside to Pritzl. Pritzl setting up the offense with 10 on the shot clock, 7:32 left to go. Pritzl, left wing. He almost loses control. The ball fell to the ground, but he passes the ball off to Happ. 3 on the shot clock for Happ. The ball is stolen off of the Happ pass, and oh goodness, Xavier Simpson tried to feed it down on the 2-on-1, and he couldn't get it, and stolen right back by Wisconsin. Wisconsin with the ball again, so Ethan Happ had the ball stolen, and then he stole the ball back. And now trying to look inside was Brad Davison. Kicks the ball back outside. Happ tried to feed the ball down at the baseline to Brevin Pritzl, and the ball goes out of Pritzl's hands, out of bounds. So it'll be a turnover by Wisconsin. A really good game so far in this one. We got ourselves a couple of lead changes in here as Michigan has built their way back in this one. The Wolverines 20 and the Wisconsin Badgers 19. We'll be back, and I'll update the score here for you guys in the chat. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe as well. I do live play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, and this is game number 1 of 3 games today. I'll be doing Villanova against Marquette at 2:30, and then 6 o'clock. Don't forget to tune in for that one. Duke against Virginia. That should be a good game right now. We'll dig into the box score here since we're on a TV timeout, but Michigan taking that lead right back, 20-19. So, yeah, thank you for joining me. We're on a TV timeout right now. Michigan's up 20-19 against Wisconsin. We'll look into some of the box score stuff since we're on this timeout. Ethan Happ leading the scoring for Wisconsin. 10 points, 6 rebounds, closing in on that double-double already as this first half is winding down. Iggy Brazdeikis he's the leading scorer on average points per game coming into this one, but he's only been held at 2 points. He did have another scoring opportunity, but he missed the layup with his right hand, just too strong off the glass, and Wisconsin got the rebound. So right now, Iggy has been held to 2 points from the field as he's shooting 1 for 5 right now. But it looks like, yeah, Jordan Poole leading the scoring, perfect from behind the arc. So far for the Wolverines, Jordan Poole's 2 for 2 shooting the 3-ball, leading Michigan with 3 points. Isaiah Livers also delivers from the outside, if you didn't know, as he hit a 3-ball a couple of minutes ago that really put Michigan back into this game, as Isaiah from the outside shoots the ball at 42.9% from 3-point range, as Isaiah has 5 points, second on the team right now for the Wolverines. We look to some of the team stats here. Wisconsin shooting the ball 9 for 20 right now. Michigan shooting 8 for 18. That's good for the percentage right now. Both of them basically almost the same. Wisconsin shooting the ball at 45%. Michigan at 44.4%. From the outside, what's keeping the Wolverines in this game is that they're 3 for 4 from behind the arc. Wisconsin's only 1 for 4. And the rebounding game as well, as Michigan's out-rebounding Wisconsin currently 13-11. Turnovers pretty even, 3-3. 2 blocks by Michigan and 3 blocks by Wisconsin. As we are almost back to action, we'll check the scoreboard here as we got some close games going on. Clemson beating number 11 Virginia Tech 28-23, and North Carolina is tied with Miami at 24. And number 13 Kansas just trying to get their team back together here after LaGerald Vick announced that he would leave the Jayhawks earlier this week, as he's the number 1 3-point shooter in the team, as well as Kansas, 13th in the nation right now, is up by 4 against Oklahoma State. So we're getting close to the basketball action again. We have 7:04 left to go in the first, and a couple of lead changes before the last timeout in the last 4 minutes of regulation, as Michigan's really crawled back into this game here. And they've really started to get things going from the field as well, shooting the ball. So we're back to action here. Wisconsin has the ball in their hands as it's Demetric Trice with the ball at the top of the key, dribbling with it. And Trice, top of the key 3, and no good from the outside. Offensive rebound by Wisconsin, and the foul called by Michigan right there. So Demetric Trice tried to take the 3-ball, and it was a offensive board. Who was that? It was I think it was number 34, Brad Davison, who got it back. So Wisconsin now with an inbound. Kobe King with the ball now for the Badgers, and try to kick the ball back outside. The ball was stolen, but the refs will say right before that Kobe King traveled inside the low post. So a turnover either way. And Michigan will get the ball back up by 1 here with 6:40 left to go. The ball is taken past the timeline for the Wolverines as Xavier Simpson feeds the ball off left wing to Jordan Poole, dribbling towards the right side. And right elbow deep 2 by Poole. No good. Rebounded by Kobe King. A Wisconsin ball is taken past the timeline by Demetric Trice. Trice now towards the top of the key with the ball. Trice trying to go inside now. Feeds the ball baseline to Brevin Pritzel, and he just dribbles back outside with it. So now a lean forward is into the game for Wisconsin. The ball goes back into the hands of Demetric Trice towards the top of the key. Trice with a deep right elbow 2. Sinks it for Demetric Trice, and we have another lead change. 21-20. Wisconsin's up by 1 with 5:55 left to go in the first. Michigan now with the ball as they take it past the timeline. Xavier Simpson, the point guard, feeds the ball off to Jordan Poole. Now he passes the ball off left wing to Charles Matthews. And now the ball goes back to Simpson, trying to go inside, kicks the ball back outside to Poole. And now the ball goes left corner to Simpson, and they're passing around the perimeter now with its Poole. Poole trying to go inside, kicks the ball outside to Charles Matthews, and he kicked the ball just right there as he tried to pass it, and he threw it over the fingertips of Matthews, and it goes out of bounds with 5:29 left to go. Just a little bit too high for him, and it's a turnover by the Wolverines. So Wisconsin now with the balls. They take it past the timeline into the hands of Nate Reavers. He passes the ball off. And now top of the key now with Dimitri Trice. Feeds the ball to Reavers now trying to work his way under Teskey in the low post. Reavers backing his way in there. Nate Reavers couldn't get it to fall, and we have a foul called. And it's by Wisconsin on the offensive foul. So Nate Reavers was trying to back his way in there. Couldn't get the bucket to fall as he was guarded by John Teskey. And it will look like Michigan will get the ball back on the inbound. So Wisconsin will pick up their 5th foul of the game so far. Michigan has 3. As Michigan comes into this game with the 7th fewest fouls right now in all of college basketball, as Michigan only commits around 14 fouls per game. The Wolverines now with the ball passing around the perimeter with it's Charles Matthews at the left corner, now trying to dribble inside and going into the low post is Matthews. Too strong, too high off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Happ of Wisconsin. 4:42 left to go. Happ with the ball now at the right baseline, trying to dribble his way in there, kicks the ball out to Reavers. Reavers at the baseline now, and he kicks the ball left wing. With the ball is Ethan Happ towards the baseline. Top of the key 3 as he shoots it back outside, hits the front part of the iron by Wisconsin. Rebounded by Michigan here. As the Wolverines have it. 3 ball by Brazdeikis, no good. Rebounded by Reavers of Wisconsin. So the right wing 3 by Iggy Brazdeikis could not go down. Iggy so far only has 2 points. 4:10 remaining. Happ with the ball. Now it's trying to do a spin move inside. It's stripped and stolen away. Xavier Simpson. 2-on-1 fast break. Michigan up and in off the Simpson pass. Feeds the ball in to Charles Matthews, who puts it up off the glass, and Michigan takes the lead back 22-21. Wisconsin now with the ball. 3:50 left to go in the first. As the ball's into the hands of Dimitri Trice, passes the ball off. Right wing with the ball is Kobe King for the Badgers. King trying to feed the ball off to Happ. He does. Happ trying to back his way in there. Guarded by Teskey in the low post. Ethan Happ tries to get it, and he gets the friendly roll off the top of the rim, up and into the net by Ethan Happ. Wisconsin takes the lead right back, 23-22. As the Badgers have a 1-point advantage here with 3:20 left to go. Michigan with the ball into the hands of Xavier Simpson. Dribbling towards the left side now. Simpson now towards the top of the key. Feeds the ball off to Brazdeikis. Brazdeikis takes it inside. Iggy. And could not get the shot to fall as he missed the backboard completely. And he tried to save the ball before it went out of bounds. And he couldn't. He stepped out of bounds. So we have a timeout on the floor here. But Ethan Happ getting things going as the last basket took the lead right back for the Wisconsin Badgers, as Wisconsin's up 23-22 right now with 3:36 left to go in the first. I'll update the score. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Yeah, pretty good game so far with both of these teams. Lots of defense. Yeah, lots of defense too. Both of these teams really need to earn it shooting, and that's what they're doing defensively. I knew coming into this game that it would be a defensive game, that we see like 50s or 60s probably on the final score for this one. More like maybe like a 66-64 game or something like that, because both of these teams have really solid defenses coming into this game right now. Michigan is the 2nd best scoring defense in the nation. They only allow 57.3 points per game on average. And Wisconsin has the 8th best scoring defense in the nation. Only allows opponents to score around 61 points per game average this season. So yeah, battle of the defenses here early in this 23-22 battle. We look to the box score here as Ethan Happ's nearing that double-double once again, as we're almost in the halftime. He has 7 rebounds and 12 points so far, leading the Badgers for Happ. As we look to Michigan, the leading scorer coming into this game for average points per game was Iggy Brazdeikis, as he averages around 15.5 points per game. He's only been held to 2 points so far in this one. The leading scorer for the Wolverines so far will be Jordan Poole, as he's been perfect From the outside, 6 points. Isaiah Livers adding in a 3-ball that he hit, so he has 5 points right now. And then we have John Teskey with 4, Xavier Simpson with 3, Charles Matthews and Iggy with 2. So we check the box score here. We'll look into some of the other scores going on in college basketball. Number 8, North Carolina, nearing halftime right now as they're up 31-30 against Miami currently in that one. And then a crucial game for Clemson if they really want to keep their bubble chances alive here into the March Madness tournament as they're nearing halftime as well. We have around a minute and 15 left to go in the first in that game versus Virginia Tech. Clemson's up 31-29. But this one at the half, lots of scoring here. Number 13, Kansas against Oklahoma State, tied up at the half, 36 even, as Kansas just trying to get something going for the Jayhawks, losing their star senior three-point shooter, LaGerald Vick, earlier this week that he announced that he wouldn't be on the team anymore, that he needed to focus on other things and get his mind in the right place. So no more LaGerald Vick. This Kansas Jayhawks team was ranked number 1 inside the AP Top 25 poll when we started the season. Now back to 13th as they've lost a couple close games recently. And now we're back to action here. So Wisconsin with the ball. So they're up by 1 with 2:52 remaining. As they're dribbling now, trying to go inside. Brad Davison kicks the ball into Ethan Happ, and he gets the bucket to roll around the rim up and in. So add 2 more for Happ. So I think that's 14 points so far today by Ethan Happ, leading the team for Wisconsin. So the Badgers are up by 3. Michigan with the ball now, passing around the perimeter here for the Wolverines into the hands of Xavier Simpson, dribbling towards the left side of the perimeter. Simpson now dribbling baseline. Xavier Simpson still with the ball, 9 on the shot clock, 2:20 left to go. Simpson feeds the ball. Iggy for 3 from the outside. Right wing could not hit. Rebounded by Wisconsin. So Iggy Brazdeikis just shooting cold today from the floor. And if Michigan wants to win this game, they need him to convert on some more shots later down the stretch in this one. He only has 2 points so far. Wisconsin with the ball. Now the feed inside, low post, Happ guarded by Brazdeikis, and we did have a Michigan player that went down on the play. So there is a timeout on the floor here with 2 minutes left to go in the half. So if you're just joining us, Wisconsin leading this one 25-22. As of late, we've had a couple of lead changes here and there. So we've got going Ethan Happ has 14 points, 7 for 10 right now from the field. And he just went to the bench now in this one as he also picked up a foul. So he'll go to the bench for a few minutes here. So 2 minutes left to go in the first. And Michigan will get the ball back. They take it past the timeline. Iggy Brazdeikis, right wing with the ball, passes the ball off to Xavier Simpson now towards the free throw line, extended with the ball from the outside. Right wing by Simpson, dribbling now at the free throw circle. 3-ball by John Teskey. He hits from the outside. Usually not the normal man to hit. The 3 will be the center, but number 15, John Teskey, lets it fly, and we're tied up at 25. Wisconsin now with the ball in the inbound. 1:30 left to go in the first. As we thank you for joining me, this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe, as what I do is play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, and I'll be doing this throughout the regular season and, of course, into the March Madness tournament. Wisconsin with the ball now. 3-ball outside. No good. Rimmed out by Aleem Ford. And the ball is picked up on the rebound by Jordan Poole. Taken back into the hands of Xavier Simpson now. Try to go inside. Right-hand layup. No, too strong. And rebounded by Wisconsin now. So we have 58 seconds left to go. The ball's into the hands of Brad Davison of the Badgers. He's at the Michigan M as he just takes it past the timeline. Davison feeds the ball off now. Top of the key with his Aleem Ford trying to dribble inside. And a rejection by John Teskey. Michigan with the ball now trying to dribble with it. Going up and in. He goes the distance as Jordan Poole to pull the Wolverines now ahead 27-25. 30 seconds remaining in the first. We do have a timeout on the court here. So Greg Gard of Wisconsin will talk things over as the Wolverine fans are loving that one as Michigan pulls ahead with about 30 seconds left to go in the first half. So I'll update the score again for you guys. Really good game so far, bringing it on. The defense has been spectacular throughout this game, but a lot of shots also have converted, but like every single shot, both of these defenses are making you earn it from the field. There's been some solid passing by both of these teams too, looking pretty good on both sides. So we got ourselves a timeout on the floor here. I'll update the chat with 30 seconds left in the first. Yeah, this has been a really, really good game so far. So Ethan Happ leading the Badgers right now. He has 14 points, 2 blocks as well to his name, and he has 7 rebounds. So closing in on that double-double. We'll see if he can get there once this game goes final, as we still have 20 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game, and that's not counting if overtime plays a factor in this one as well. So 30.1 seconds remaining, and Wisconsin will inbound it. The ball goes into the hands of Demetric Trice with 25 left. 18 on the shot clock, so it looks like there's about a 6-second difference between shot clock and game clock here. As Trice has the ball with it. 8 on the shot clock, 14 on the game clock. Trice still dribbling at the top of the key with the ball. 4, 3, Trice with 2. Trice going into the lane, floating it up, no good. Off the rim and a tip in. Up and in. And a deep 3 by Michigan, and it's airballed right before the halftime buzzer. So we got ourselves a good game here. Knotted up at 27 as the tip-in really helped the Badgers to tie things up. Wow, what a great game as we're heading into halftime here, going into the tunnel. So a great one by both sides. The Wisconsin Badgers 27, the Michigan Wolverines 27 as well. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. And thank you so much for joining me as we have just closed in at halftime. So big game for the conference for both of these teams inside the Big Ten as we look to the standings to see where both of these teams fit. Right now is Michigan currently first in the conference in the Big Ten standings, 10-2 overall. So they're a half game above Purdue. And Wisconsin sits at 9-3 overall, as this is just a huge game between two teams inside the top 20 in the AP top 25. So we go into halftime right now. I'll check at the team stats and the box score as well. Wisconsin shooting the ball from the floor, 13 for 30. That's good for 43.3% shooting from the floor during the first half. Michigan shooting 11 for 27 right now, good for 40.7% from the floor. As we look to the three-point range shooting, that's what's kept the Wolverines in this game throughout the entire, basically, first half, is they connected on 4 of 7 three-pointers from the outside from Michigan, whereas Wisconsin's only hit 1 out of 7 so far in the first half. The rebounding game almost pretty even. Wisconsin out-rebounding Michigan right now, 19-17. And we look to the assists as Michigan is leading the assist battle at the end of the first half, 6-3. Coming into the game, Isaiah Livers from the 3-ball was shooting the ball at 42.9%, coming in as the best 3-point shooter on this team. But if we look to the assist man in this one, that would be Xavier Simpson, who's second in the Big Ten right now in assists per game. He averages 6 assists per game. We'll look to the box score here for both of these sides as we're knotted up at halftime. I'm going to see where those assists came from. Yeah, it's been all over, actually. Yeah, Simpson has 3. So he's halfway to his 6 mark. John Teskey has 1, and Eli Brooks coming off the bench has 2 assists, helping out the team. I know he had one of them that he fed inside that was a two-handed jam right inside after he fed the ball there. But yeah, we'll look to the scoring here. So Michigan with the scoring. John Teskey right now is second on the Wolverines in scoring, but he's tied for the most rebounds. Actually, right ahead of him is Jordan Poole, who's leading the scoring for the Wolverines. 8 points, 8 points, 5 rebounds. And then John Teskey coming in 7 points, 5 rebounds. But if they really need to get somebody to get going, it needs to be Iggy Brazdeikis. Iggy was held 0 for 5 from the field the last time that Michigan played Wisconsin and they lost to Madison. Iggy really needs to get things going. He only has 2 points so far in this entire game. And right now he's shooting ice cold from the field as well. 0 for 3 from behind the arc. 1 for 8 from the outside. That's the key for Michigan. That if they want to come away victorious in this one, they need Iggy Brazdeikis to really pull up a heroic second half and really explode after intermission for the Wolverines. We look to the Wisconsin Badgers right now, and we'll look at the box score in the first half. Ethan Happ has been delivering 14 points in the first half for Happ, and he has 7 rebounds to go along with that, leading the team as he's been leading them all season long for Wisconsin in average points per game. He averages 18.3 points per game and rebounds as well, as he has a double-double there for the average per season. He also has 10.4 rebounds per game on average, as he's closing in on that right now, just a little bit behind as this first half just closed. And as one of the stats I'm looking up here is that Michigan is 8 points off of turnovers so far. So I'll go back to that box score. Yeah. So Wisconsin has turned the ball over 6 times so far. Michigan's only turned over the ball 4 times so far. Coming into this game, Michigan in college basketball is ranked 3rd in the nation in fewest turnovers per game. So that's really been helping them to get things going here. As also the fouls, Michigan coming into this game 7th in all college basketball in fewest fouls per game, coming in around 14 fouls per game on average. Michigan only had 3 in the first half. Wisconsin had 6. But yeah, that's basically been the Ethan Happ show, as he has more than half of the Wisconsin points already in that first half. So 14 out of the 27 points scored by Ethan Happ. Nate Reavers with 2 points chipping in off the bench. Looks like the bench points for Wisconsin, they only have 2 points coming in, and that would be it's by King, Wisconsin, who has 2 points. So only 2 points off the bench here. But yeah, Ethan Happer now already has more than half of the points scored into this game for Wisconsin, as he has 14 out of 27. We got Khalil Iverson, who had 2 slam dunks that went down. So he has 4 points right now. And Demetric Trice with 5 points. He did hit a 3-pointer in the first half. And right now, yeah. So we'll look at the college basketball scoreboard. We're just getting things started. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. And what I do is live streams, my play-by-play and live reaction to college basketball games. And I'll be doing this throughout the tournament. And of course, I'll be doing this throughout the regular season as well. This is game 1 out of game 3 today. Michigan against Wisconsin. The first game followed up by the 2:30 game. Battle for the Big East with the top 2 teams. Villanova traveling to Marquette. And then you don't want to miss the 6 p.m. game. It will be the Duke Blue Devils taking on the Virginia Cavaliers. Number 2 versus number 3. But we're at halftime right now. Wisconsin and Michigan tied up at 27. We look to the college basketball scoreboard right now at the half. Number 8, North Carolina, is up against Miami, 31-30 at halftime right now. This is a Miami team that ranks at the very bottom in ACC play right now on their record. They're 2-8 in the ACC, and they're staying with UNC at the half as Miami, along with Wake Forest, Boston College, Notre Dame's at the very bottom of that conference. Big game as of for bubble circumstances here for an at-large in the tournament come March, as the Clemson Tigers right now with a 14-8 record have been holding their ground, and they're up by 4 at halftime against the number 11 Virginia Tech Hokies right now. So that would be a big win for Clemson if they can continue their second half success and pull that out. And how about this one? Number 13, Kansas Jayhawks playing against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. We have a game tied up at 36 right now. Kansas has not looked impressive at all this season compared to past seasons. They were ranked number 1 inside the AP Top 25 preseason rankings. They've fallen back to 13 right now. LaGerald Vick just left the basketball program earlier this week, that he announced that he would step down from playing basketball for the Jayhawks. As LaGerald Vick coming throughout the season was around like a 45% three-point shooter. He was a senior on the team too, and he was one of the leaders on the team, shooting the three ball really well. So he stepped down from the team earlier this week. In Kansas right now in trouble against Oklahoma State as they're tied up at 36 at the half. That's an Oklahoma State team that's at the very bottom of the Big 12, 2-7 overall in conference play for Oklahoma State. Kansas coming off of losses against Kansas State and Texas, as well as it looks like the Kansas State Wildcats, it looks like they're the team to beat right now inside that Big 12. So yeah, I'm curious to see what the standings are for all these conferences. I'm going to look at the Big 12 in just a second and see. So yeah, Kansas State still holding their ground, 7-2 right now inside the Big 12. They're not even ranked inside the top 25. Wait until Monday where K-State finally gets ranked. And then Kansas is all the way in 4th right now inside the Big 12, 6-4. So they're 1.5 games back from their rival, K-State, currently. And Iowa State is trying to cement their place, trying to compete for the Big 12 title as well. 7-3 right now. Baylor's up in there as well, 6-3. That was a huge win last Saturday Kansas had against Texas Tech. But yeah, this is a must-win game, basically, for the Kansas Jayhawks against Oklahoma State, who's second to last inside the conference, just right in front of West Virginia, who's 2-8 inside the Big 12. And West Virginia was also another team that beat Kansas at home. That was at like the very beginning of conference play as well. So look at this. Look at the standings here. Is the 2:30 game I'll have for you is the two best teams in the Big East. They'll be battling it out. Number 14 Villanova against number 10 the Marquette Golden Eagles, and this is just an absolute huge game for Steve Wojciechowski's squad for the Marquette Golden Eagles, as the number 10 rank right now inside the AP Top 25 is the highest ranking ever for Marquette under head coach Steve Wojciechowski inside his 5th season right now for the Marquette Golden Eagles. As this is just an absolutely huge game for both of these teams. So 2:30, I'll have that one for you guys. That's at the Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee, as Marquette's trying to look to come back from the loss they suffered on Tuesday, the 1-point loss against St. John's, as that snapped an 8-game winning streak for the Marquette Golden Eagles in that one. As we thank you for tuning in here. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. But the key player for the 2:30 game later today that we'll have after Wisconsin-Michigan's finished up will be Marcus Howard, coming in right now as he is 5th in all of college basketball in points per game scored, as Marcus Howard averages 24.6 points per game currently. Shooting the ball from the outside, he's 43.6% shooting the three-point ball from the outside. Key player definitely to look out for. Marcus Howard dropped a career-high 53 points back in January in the overtime win, 106-104 against Creighton. So he's going to be the key player in the 2:30 game later today for Marquette. And yeah, thank you for the like. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. As Villanova on the road against Marquette. And this is a huge game for Villanova as well. 11-game winning streak. They're looking stronger and stronger every single game. And they're led by these three guys. Colin Gillespie had a career-high 30 points against Georgetown a couple weeks ago. Right now, shoots the ball over 40% from behind the arc. And then Phil Booth, the point guard for Villanova, leading the team, averaging 18.3 points per game for Phil Booth. Fourth in the conference right now inside the Big East for Phil Booth. He has 21 games with double-digit points for Villanova, as that last game on Wednesday for Villanova, where they won 66-55 against Creighton. There were 4 Villanova players with double-digit points in that game, as that was Sadiq Bey, who led the team with 17. Then it was Eric Paschal with 15, as Paschal has 21 games this season as well with double-digit points, second in the scoring, right behind Phil Booth, averaging 17.3 points per game. And then also Colin Gillespie added 13 in that one. Phil Booth added 14. So stay tuned for the 2:30 game. I'll be doing that live stream as well. Villanova against Marquette. And, of course, don't forget the 6 o'clock game tonight. I'll be doing that one as well with play-by-play live reactions. Virginia at home against Duke. It's number 2 against number 3. And Zion will be taking the court for that. So we'll see what he brings for that game, coming off his double-double earlier this week against BC for Zion Williamson. Career-high 17 rebounds, 16 points in that one. Cam Reddish led the Duke Blue Devils with 24 points that game. So cannot wait to call that one tonight. Pretty good game at halftime right now with Wisconsin, Michigan. Before we get back into the game, since we're at halftime right now, I'll let you guys know a little bit of the box score here, what's happened. Ethan Happ responsible for more than half of the points at halftime for Wisconsin right now. He has 14 points out of the 27 by the Badgers currently in this one. So leading the team, Ethan Happ nearing that double-double again, as he has 7 rebounds as well. I'm going to see Ethan Happ. He has 15 double-doubles this season for Ethan Happ. He has 22 games with double-digit points this season. Who else do we have? The Michigan Wolverines over here with their leading scorers. Haven't been as impressive as Ethan Happ, but Jordan Poole leading the way with 8 points right now. Shooting the ball 2 for 2 from the outside for Michigan, leading the scoring. And then John Teske has 7 points. John Teske is the 7'1" center, and he hit a shot earlier in this one at the top of the key from 3-point range. Usually you don't see centers taking 3-pointers and draining them, but you did earlier in this one if you were watching, yeah. But the key for Michigan in this one, really, they need to get Iggy Brazdeikis into scoring mode here, as he was only held at 2 points in that first half. He was held scoreless the last time Michigan played at Madison and lost by 10 against Wisconsin, as Iggy shot 0 for 5 from the field. Right now, Iggy is 0 for 3 from behind the arc and 1 for 8 shooting the ball right now. So if Michigan wants to take control of this game and beat Wisconsin, it needs to be Iggy Brazdeikis' game inside the second half. So we'll see who wins that battle, Ethan Happ or Iggy. As right now, Ethan Happ, just an incredible college basketball player coming in. He's averaging a double-double this season. 18.3 points per game averaging coming into this one. 10.4 rebounds per game averaging. 5th in the Big Ten for points per game for Ethan Happ. And he's also 3rd in the conference right now in the Big Ten for rebounds. And 3rd as well in assists per game. I'm going to see. Let's see. Oh, he hasn't had an assist yet. Wisconsin's only had 3 assists. Michigan's had 6. Yeah. So we'll see what happens in the second half, as we're almost back to action here. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. We're back to action here. Ann Arbor, Michigan, as Wisconsin has the ball in the red jerseys and white lettering here, and Michigan with their white jerseys and blue lettering. We're back to action as the ball goes into the lane, and the layup was missed by Khalil Iverson, as he had the open layup as he ran right past the Michigan defender. Couldn't get it, though. Michigan with the ball. Left wing, dribbling towards the top of the key, and now into the hands of Brazdeikis. He only has 2 points. He really needs to get things going as he loses the ball, trying to do the spin move inside the low post. He loses it. So Wisconsin picks the ball back. They pass the timeline. Demetric Trice now with the ball in his hands as he passes it off to number 35, Nate Reavers. Throws the ball into Hap. Hap couldn't get it to go. Too strong off the backboard, and the ball's tapped out of bounds. And it was last touched by Wisconsin, so it'll be a turnover back to the Wolverines. So Michigan now with the ball as they take it past the timeline. As the ball is into the hands of number 3, Xavier Simpson, the point guard for the Wolverines, left wing. With the ball dribbling towards the top of the key, now dribbling towards the right side behind the three-point line, trying to dribble inside baseline, reverse-handed layup, no good, and a rebound fought for, and is taken away by Khalil Iverson of Wisconsin. So Wisconsin now with the balls, they take it past the timeline with Demetric Trice. He throws it into Hap, right wing with it, and the ball is almost stolen, but we do have a foul on the play with 18:38 left to go, as this game is tied up at 27 still. So nobody is yet to score in the second half, as we're almost a minute and 30 seconds in, just a little bit below that so far. So both teams already with a foul, and Wisconsin will inbound, and the ball thrown low post here to number 34. That was Brad Davison. Kicks the ball back outside now, trying to dribble inside. Hap, and just too high off the backboard, no good, and we do have a foul on the play as well. We'll see who the refs call the foul for this one. So that foul was by, I think it was by Ethan Hap trying to rebound it. So the ball will go back to Michigan. So they take it past the timeline. Xavier Simpson dribbling towards the left wing. Now top of the key with it. Now passes the ball off. And now they're at the left wing with the ball. Charles Matthews passes the ball off to Jordan Poole. Poole dribbling around the perimeter. Going inside. Spin move at the right elbow. And the shot no good off the mark. Rebounded by Wisconsin. 18 minutes left to go. The Badgers with the ball now. At the left wing with it's Demetric Trice. Feeds the ball inside Nate Reavers. Low post jumper, no good. Hits the front end of the iron. Rebounded by Michigan now. Michigan delivers. John Teskey at the outside now. Passes the ball off to Charles Matthews. Trying to go dribble. Baseline jumper for 2 by Matthews. No good. And Teskey tried to rebound it, but it looks like it was Wisconsin who last tipped it out of bounds, so Michigan will get the ball back on the inbound on their side of the court. With 17:33 left to go, both of these teams stone cold shooting to start off the second half. Nobody has scored yet in the second half. Looks like the refs are going to the review board as well. I'll update the score here. As looks like the refs are at the review board. The score is tied up at 27 apiece. Wisconsin and Michigan. Nobody has scored a basket in the second half so far, as we're almost 2.5 minutes into this half. As we thank you for joining me, this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel, as well as what I do is play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games, and I'll be doing this, of course, into the March Madness tournament as well. So yeah, both of these teams just haven't been able to sink any shots down so far. The shooting looks like both of these teams have drifted below 40% right now from the field. Wisconsin's shooting the ball 38.2%, whereas Michigan's shooting the ball 36.7% from the field currently. Rebounding game pretty even. Michigan out-rebounding Wisconsin 22-21. The refs are still at the review table discussing the last play of what went down. As after this, we got Villanova against Marquette. I'll be having the stream for that with a battle of the Big East, number 14 Villanova traveling to number 10. The Marquette Golden Eagles, the highest ranking ever under Steve Wojciechowski as head coach for Marquette, as right now they're inside the AP top 25 is number 10 currently. So if you're just joining us, the score right now, Wisconsin 27, Michigan 27 with 17:33 left to go. And the refs are reviewing play right now at the review table to see who last touched the ball before it went out of bounds. So once I get that back to you guys, I'll relay the message. Then we'll get back on the call here for the play-by-play and live reaction. So thank you for joining me. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. And feel free to talk college basketball with me as you wish. So we're almost back to action here as we're on this timeout, so the refs will get things sorted. If you're watching the other game on, a couple other games going on, is North Carolina, number 8 in the nation, currently losing right now to Miami 48-47. So we're back here to action. So Michigan's at the free throw line with John Teskey. So the refs ruled that it was a foul called by Wisconsin. So Michigan will be shooting at the line. First one goes down by Teskey. Second one gets a friendly roll off the front of the rim, went to the back of the rim and into the net for Michigan from the free throw line. So John Teskey hitting both of them, leading the scoring right now with 9 points for the Wolverines. And Michigan will get the inbound as well, up 29-27 right now with 17:33. Baseline 2 goes down by Charles Matthews from the deep 2 baseline. And Michigan has this largest lead of the game, 31-27. So 4-0 start out of this first half for Michigan. Wisconsin with the ball. Brad Davison has it, passes the ball now left wing over to Aleem Ford, passes it back to Davison now. At the top of the key is Brad Davison of Wisconsin. Davison still dribbling, 6 on the shot clock. Left elbow 2, it rolls around the rim, up and in the circle. Got it to fall by Brad Davison, 31-29. Michigan's up by 2 right now. Wolverines with the balls. They take it past the timeline. John Teskey at the top of the key. He hit a 3-pointer already, and he's a 7'1" center. Oh, the alley-oop jam by John Teskey off the assist by Xavier Simpson as he lobbed the ball up top, and Teskey two-handed jammed it down. Michigan's up 33-29. Wisconsin now with the ball. Demetric Trice dribbling with it left wing. Shoots the ball out left corner from behind the arc. Back to the left wing to Demetric Trice. Wisconsin's down by 4 right now. The feed inside to Nate Reavers. And we do have a foul called on the play here. So if you're just joining us, Michigan, the last possession that we called is we have a stoppage in time here. Xavier Simpson just lobbed that ball right over the top to John Teskey on the alley-oop with a two-handed jam, as Michigan right now has a 33-29 advantage. We did have a foul called on the last play by Michigan with 16:20 left, so Wisconsin will inbound it. If you haven't feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. This is game 1 out of 3 games I'll be doing today. I'll be doing Villanova Marquette at 2:30 and Duke against Virginia at 6. Ball off the mark by Wisconsin, rebounded by Michigan. 3-ball right wing outside, no good by Jordan Poole. Rebounded by the Badgers with 16:07 left to go. And we have a foul called and another foul by Michigan here. They already have 3 fouls to start off this second half. Michigan in the first half only had 3 fouls altogether in that first half. So coming into this game, the Michigan Wolverines came into this game 7th in all of college basketball in fewest fouls per game. They foul around an average of 14 times per game. As we're back to action here, 16 minutes left to go. Wisconsin with the ball, right wing with it to the top of the key. With the ball is Kobe King for the Badgers. Passes the ball off left wing, outside. With the ball is Aleem Ford of Wisconsin now hands the ball off to Demetric Trice. Set back the offense here. 10 on the shot clock, 15:45 left to go. Trice, left wing, 6 on the shot clock. Baseline now for Trice. Feeds the ball back outside. Brad Davison, 2-1. Left hand to go by Brad Davison. Floater in the lane, no good off the rim. Rebounded by Michigan with 15:32 left. With the ball inside, Charles Matthews kicks it back outside. Right wing 3. Hits the rim short by Brazdakis. No good. Rebounded by Wisconsin. with 15:20 left to go. Wisconsin's down by 4, 33-29. Michigan with a 4-point advantage. Wisconsin with the ball at the top of the key behind the perimeter, passes the ball off left wing to Demetric Trice, feeds the ball inside to Nate Reavers, and Wisconsin manhandles that one and takes it away. We have a timeout on the floor. I'll update the chat for you guys with a new score, but the Michigan Wolverines starting off this second half hot right now, up 33-29. Thank you so much for joining in. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and also feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. Yeah, I just updated the score. Michigan right now with a 4-point lead as we're on a commercial break. We'll look into some of the leading scores here for both of the teams. So Ethan Happ still at 14 points, 7 rebounds, leading the way for the Badgers currently. And then right now, first on the team in scoring for the Michigan Wolverines would be John Teske, the 7'1" center, who actually hit a 3-pointer earlier in the first half. Is right now John Teske leading the way for Michigan with 11 points, 9 rebounds, as Teske is right close to that double-double currently right now. He also leads the Big Ten in blocks with an average of around 2.2 blocks per game. As we welcome you guys in here. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. Pretty good game going on right now between both of these teams, Wisconsin and Michigan. We'll look to some of the team stats here since we're on this timeout. Wisconsin currently shooting from the field about 37.8% conversion of their shots. Michigan converting on 38.2% of their shots from the field right now. The three-pointers, however, have been going down for Michigan as they're 4 for 9. That's what's keeping them going in this game. Wisconsin is 1 for 7 right now. If Michigan really wants to get things going and really take this game away from Wisconsin, they really need to get Iggy Brasdeikis into scoring mode in this game. As Iggy right now, he only has 2 points scored as he was held scoreless the last time Michigan played in Wisconsin. 0 points, 0 for 5 from the field. Today he's shooting 0 for 4 from behind the arc and 1 for 9 shooting from the field. So we're on this TV timeout. I'll look at the college basketball scoreboard as well and see what's going on here. So number 8, North Carolina, is losing at the Dean Smith Center at home in Chapel Hill against Miami, who Miami right now has a record of 2-8 in ACC play. So North Carolina is losing 53-49 right now with about 11 minutes left to go in regulation. Another game with big implications for the bubble. The Clemson Tigers, 14-8 overall, 4-5 in ACC play. It's currently up right now against the number 11 Virginia Tech Hokies, 41-40. Number 13 Kansas up against Oklahoma State currently, 56-51, and Kentucky getting started against Mississippi State right now. That game, I think that game's on CBS. So we're back to action here. Wisconsin with the ball, passing around the perimeter with it into the hands of Brad Davison. Passes the ball to Demetric Trice, right wing with the ball. Now trying to dribble, right elbow deep two, and no good by Trice. Hits the top of the rim, no good. Wisconsin keeps the ball in offensive rebound. Up in the glass, up and in. Nate Reavers hits it home off the glass for 2. So a crucial offensive rebound there as Wisconsin tapped it back up to Nate Reavers. He gets it the fall. 33 for Michigan, 31 for Wisconsin. Michigan now with the ball. Teske trying to go inside, up and in with a basket by John Teske, and he'll get one from the foul line as well. So have a game for the 7'1" center, John Teske from Medina, Ohio. 13 points so far by Teske. 9 rebounds, 2 blocks as well. He's 5 for 7 from the field, trying to make it 14. Trying to tie with Happ's total right now. He sinks it to make this game 36-31. Michigan with their largest lead of the game currently a 5-point lead. As Teskey checks out of the game right now with 14:33 left to go. Wisconsin with the ball. Right wing to the top of the key with it. So lean forward and now passes the ball over to Brad Davison. Trying to look inside. Davison with a spin move. He gets it off the glass up and in. Beautiful play by Brad Davison right there to shake off the defender and send it home off the glass. We got ourselves a 3-point game. Michigan with the ball now into the hands of Xavier Simpson. Simpson, top of the key, passes the ball off. Right wing to Brad Dacus. Dacus throws the ball left wing to Simpson. Simpson at the top of the key. Thought about shooting it. Passes the ball off now left wing. Jordan Poole. Poole now. 5 to shoot from the outside. 4 and we got a foul on the play. What is the refs ruling here? And it looks like Wisconsin tried to go for the charge. It was number 34, Brad Davison, who tried to go for the charge on Jordan Poole as he was trying to drive towards that left elbow inside. And looks like Davison will get called for the foul. So Jordan Poole allows Wisconsin to pick up their 4th foul as a team so far in the second half. As they inbound it with a new shot clock here. 16 on the shot clock now for Michigan. As Michigan has the ball into the hands of Charles Matthews. Top of the key now with 13:40 left. Matthews trying to go inside. Kicks the ball back outside to Iggy. Iggy kicks the ball back outside. Right corner 3 by Matthews. It hits the rim short. Rebounded by Wisconsin as the Badgers are down by 3. 36-33 with 13:25 left to go. Wisconsin with the ball now at the right wing of the perimeter with its Nate Reavers. As the ball goes back into the hands of Kobe King and passes the ball now to Demetric Trice. Trice at the top of the key. Right wing to Reavers. Reavers fakes out a shooter. 3 ball by Reavers. No good. Rebounded by Iggy of Michigan. Takes it past the timeline now. Iggy only has 2. Brazdeikis passes it off. Left corner now. To the left wing where the ball is Jordan Poole for Michigan. And they'll set back the offense to Xavier Simpson now, who has the ball. And they'll dribble it towards the edge of the Michigan M. 12:46 left to go in the second. Michigan with a 36-33 advantage as Poole tried to go past a group of defenders. Couldn't get it up and then he was rejected. It's going the other way with Wisconsin now. Left wing with the ball as a lean forward. Now to the top of the key with Demetric Trice. 12.5 left to go in regulation. And we have a foul called, as I think that one was picked up on the defense with Iggy Brazdeikis. So the last play before the shot was blocked as Xavier Simpson, the point guard from Michigan, just tried to go past Wisconsin with a burst of speed, and he was rejected behind the back at the backboard. So Iggy Brazdeikis from Michigan checks out of the game now as he's on the bench, as another game for him that he just can't get the scoring going. Only 2 points so far, and it was early in the game. So we're back to action here. Wisconsin with the inbound, as it's into the hands of Demetric Trice as he's dribbling left wing of the perimeter, trying to dribble inside, floats the ball off the top, too strong off the backboard, rebounded by Michigan. As the Wolverines have the ball now, left wing 3, wide open, no good by Jordan Poole. Tip back to his offensive teammate, and it goes up and in. Wow. So Jordan Poole gets that one to go up and in off the tip back with his right hand to lay it in. Michigan with a 5-point lead. 38-33. Wisconsin low post. And the shot's good off the glass by Kobe King to make this back to a 3-point game. 11:40 left to go in regulation. Michigan with the ball with John Teskey at the top of the key now. Passes the ball off. Left wing to Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole feeds the ball off to Charles Matthews. Matthews at the baseline now, low post. Matthews backing his way in there. Goes past a group of defenders and lays it up and in. Charles Matthews now extends Michigan's lead to 40-35. 11:12 left to go in regulation. Charles Matthews just laid it in with his right hand for Michigan. Wisconsin with the ball now at the right wing. Behind the perimeter is Kobe King. King feeds the ball inside to Reavers. Reavers, baseline jumper. Oh, wow, got the luck of that shot. Hit the top of the rim and it bounced right back into the net. So Nate Reavers feeling lucky there as this score is back to a 3-point game. Michigan 40, Wisconsin 37. 10:45 left to go. Top of the key, the ball's with John Teskey now. Feeds the ball off to Jordan Poole. Poole at the free throw circle. Passes the ball off to Charles Matthews. Back to Teskey. Hands the ball off to Matthews. Matthews trying to back his way in there. Now at the left elbow, trying to back his way into the low post. Matthews, baseline jumper. It goes down. Charles Matthews adding some more points to his profile today. Michigan 42, Wisconsin 37. 10:13 left to go. Wisconsin with the ball at the left wing. Passes the ball off to the top of the key with Demetric Trice, and now passes the ball off to Nate Reavers. Back to Trice at the edge of the Michigan logo. 10 minutes left to go. Michigan's up by 5. Right wing 3. Oh, he hits from downtown. Demetric Trice from the right wing outside, delivering as he sinks that one. 42-40 right now. Michigan's up by 2. Wolverines with the ball, moving around the perimeter. Isaiah Livers passes the ball off. Ball's into the hands of Charles Matthews. Goes inside and a reverse hand layup. He gets it up and in for Charles Matthews. Is he something special tonight? Yes, he is. 44-40. Michigan with a 2-point advantage. 9:20 left to go. Wisconsin with the ball. So they have it at the top of the key. Demetric Trice with the ball for the Badgers. Towards the edge of the Michigan logo, and we do have a timeout called with 9:13 left to go in regulation. Thank you for joining me. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. But Charles Matthews right now in the second half, putting on a show. 10 points as the Michigan Wolverines right now up 44-40 against Wisconsin with 9:13 left to go in the second. Yeah, 40-44 right now. A great game. We're set in store for like a great finish in this one. As let's see, we'll go into the box score here since we're on this commercial break with 9:13 left to go. Good finish, hopefully, coming up for the last 9 minutes, 13 seconds left to play. Ethan Happ still leading the Badgers with 14 points, but he's sitting on the bench as well. So he hasn't scored in a while. He's been in a scoring drought for the past, I think, 8 minutes or so in this one, as he has only had, I think, 2 points in the second half. We look to the leading scorers right now for the Michigan Wolverines. Iggy Brazdeikis is not one of those leading scorers tonight. 1 for 9 from the field, 0 for 4 from the outside, as he only has 2 points right now for Michigan and is currently sitting on the bench. But his teammates stepping up big time. That's what Michigan's done throughout this entire season. They don't really have one really, really good scorer like Purdue and Carson Edwards or Marquette and Marcus Howard, but Michigan does it throughout their whole team. And right now it's everybody chipping in points, picking up their teammate Iggy Brazdeikis. When Iggy, the leading scorer coming into this game, only has 2 points, his teammates pick him up, as right now John Teskey leading the way from Michigan with 14 points and 10 rebounds. So right now already a double-double with 9:13 left to go as we're on this TV timeout here. And then the Charles Matthews show for the past couple minutes in this game from Michigan, as Charles Matthews has been hitting shots left or right in the past 5 minutes. In this one, he has 10 points right now, 5 for 10 from the field by Matthews. And Jordan Poole also has 10 points right now from Michigan, as he is 4 for 8 shooting, 2 for 4 from the outside. As we thank you for joining me in here. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe as well. We got a good game here with Michigan and Wisconsin, and hopefully a good finish towards the end of the stretch for this one. So both of these teams, towards the beginning of the second half, their averages dipped from below 40% shooting to around 38%. But both of these teams, Wisconsin and Michigan, are back above the 40% shooting mark. Wisconsin shooting the ball 42%, as well as Michigan right now from the field. So even in the rebounding game, pretty even. Michigan out-rebounding Wisconsin 26 27-26 currently in this one. So Ethan Happ, who has 14 points for the Badgers, back into the game after he took a seat on the bench a little bit a while ago. He has like a 9-minute scoring drought in this one. He scored 12 points in the first half. He scored a bucket early on in the second half, but he went on like an 8 to 9 minute scoring drought. Wisconsin now with an inbound. Down by 4 now for the Badgers, and we do have a foul on the play with 9 minutes 11 seconds left to go. So I think both of the teams have 4 fouls currently in this one. As we thank you for joining me, feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe as well. And yeah, we got another timeout here, so that was short. So update the score again since the time changed on the scoreboard. But the score didn't, as it was only a 2-second change. So let's see, we're on another timeout here. I'll go over the college basketball scoreboard, and I see that we have an upset brewing down in Chapel Hill. And the number 8 North Carolina Tar Heels is down by 6 with 5.5 minutes left in that one against the Miami Hurricanes. Miami right now is at the very bottom of the ACC with Notre Dame and Boston College and Wake Forest. Is Miami's 2-8 right now in the ACC, and they're up 66-60 against UNC right now. As we look to other games, Clemson is focused on a big win here, trying to get them into that bubble picture in the March Madness tournament so they can have an at-large seed come Selection Sunday, as Clemson right now at home up 47-42 against number 11 Virginia Tech with 7.5 left to go in that game. And Kansas is rolling against Oklahoma State right now, is tied up at halftime at 36, but right now, Kansas outscoring Oklahoma State in the second half, 33-21, to burst out to a 69-57 advantage now for the Jayhawks. So, with LaGerald Vick leaving the team in the middle of this week, we would be able to see how it affected the Jayhawks. But it seems like right here, the Jayhawks have pulled things together in this second half, and at home, as it looks like they'll improve to 7-4 in the Big 12 if they can continue the last 7.5 minutes and beat out the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And then the other game going on right now, number 5 Kentucky up against Mississippi State, playing at Starksville. And the Kentucky Wildcats have been super hot as of late, and they're up. Oh, that one's not even at halftime. Yeah, they're up 33-21 right now against Mississippi State. But this game, lots of defense here. Both of these defenses have really made both of the teams earn their shots in this one. Is coming into this game, Wisconsin had the 8th best scoring defense in the nation. They only allow around 61 points per game average coming into this one, whereas Michigan has the number 2 scoring defense in the nation. They only allow just above 57 points per game to their opponents, as Virginia has the number 1 scoring defense, allowing the lowest total to their opponent. So we're almost back to action here after the timeout. We have 9 minutes, 11 seconds left to go. And after this game, I'll have the Big East battle for you guys. It'll be Villanova against Marquette. Should be a good game as well. So, John Teske leading the Michigan Wolverines right now with 14 points and 10 rebounds, already in double-double mode. And Charles Matthews has really got his scoring going in the past 5 minutes. He has double-digit points with 10. Back to action here with Happ trying to back his way inside and kicks the ball back outside. And ball goes back inside the Happ. Wisconsin with the ball now. Happ. And could not get the shot to fall, but the ball goes back to him as he's on the ground next to the baseline with the ball with 8:56 left to go. And we'll see what the rolling's here. So the ball went low post inside to Ethan Happ on the replay, guarded by John Teske. And both of the guys fought for the ball. And No, Hap. Okay, so Hap called a timeout. That's what he did. So the ball didn't go out of bounds. So Ethan Hap was there was no place for him to go though, because if he had rolled over like a couple inches, he would have been right on the baseline and it would have been out of bounds. So smart thing to do for Hap right there to call the timeout is that would have been another turnover to Michigan if he hadn't called the timeout. So Wisconsin will get the ball back. So I'll update the score again since it's the same score. Now we're back to action. 44-40. Michigan's up by 4. Wisconsin with the ball. Right side baseline with Hap trying to dribble inside with a spin move, and the right hand just couldn't get the ball up and in as it hit the bottom part of the rim and went back to a Michigan Wolverine who got the ball back. So Michigan now with the ball towards the right wing of the perimeter, now to the top of the key with it. Xavier Simpson. Simpson trying to dribble inside, kicks the ball back outside to Brazdakis, who the ball almost went past Brazdakis as a half-court violation, but no, they got it to him. And a 3-ball, and no, that one could not go by John Teske, who tried to deliver another 3-pointer, hit the rim short, but is an offensive rebound by Michigan with 8:12 remaining. So now they have 20 on the shot clock. 8:08 left to go. Left wing dribbling with the ball to the top of the key. Xavier Simpson feeds the ball. Left wing 3, no good by Teske. Rebounded by Wisconsin. So the Badgers have the ball. It's into the hands of Brad Davison. Right wing with the ball now. Dribbling, trying to dribble inside baseline. Kicks the ball down low into the low post. With it. And it's Khalil Iverson kicks the ball back outside to Kobe King. King trying to dribble inside. Kicks the ball to Iverson now. Iverson in the low post. Guarded by Teske. Feeds the ball back off. Right wing free throw line extended to Kobe King. 3-ball from outside. Sinks it down by Wisconsin. Number 34, Brad Davison. Hits that shot and they draw winning 1. Michigan 44, Wisconsin 43. Wolverines with the ball. Pushing the ball around the perimeter into the hands of Charles Matthews. And the 2 goes down. A left elbow jumper by Charles Matthews. Makes this game back to a 3-point game. 46-43. Michigan's up by 3. The Charles Matthews show in the past 7 minutes or so, as we have 7 minutes left to go in regulation in this one as well. Wisconsin with the ball now. Into the hands of Brad Davison. Right wing behind the perimeter for Davison. 6:48 left to go for Brad Davison. Dribbling towards the right wing outside, trying to take a 3-2 on the shot clock. 1 on the shot clock for Hap. Throws the ball up, hits the left side of the bottom part of the rim. Rebounded by Michigan. 6:33, the 3-ball from the top of the key. No good by Michigan. Rebounded by Wisconsin. That was a pretty good open look that Michigan missed on the 3-pointers. Wisconsin gets the ball back. It's into the hands of Davison. At the top of the key, passes the ball off left wing to Ethan Hap. Hap dribbling inside, spin move, reverse, and layup up and in by Ethan Hap, and he'll go to the line for 1 as well, as John Teske was called for the foul. There's Ethan Hap, put the reverse hand layup underneath, past him, and Wisconsin with Ethan Hap will go to the line to see if they can tie things up at 46 when we get back. So timeout on the floor here. 6:13 left to go. Michigan 46, Wisconsin 45. So yeah, Ethan Hap finally ended that scoring drought that he was on. He has 16 points right now for Ethan Hap. He was stuck at 14 for a while. I think like over 10 minutes in regulation, he was stuck at 14 points. He also has 9 rebounds, so he's nearing that double-double as well. for Ethan Happ. Looking at his scoring, he has 15 double-doubles throughout the season, so he's trying to close in on 16, and they've played, this is their 24th game this season. So, yeah, pretty crazy numbers right there, but we'll look into the box score and see what else I can find. So, it's been that, yeah, John Teske leading the way from Michigan right now with 14 points, and then Charles Matthews chiming in 12 points as well. It's been the Charles Matthews show in this second half when he's been getting hot shooting. 6 for 11 from the field right now. He's taken a couple of good shots from like the elbows for like deep twos or so, and he's been sinking them down. So second on the team in scoring. Jordan Poole right now third in this game for scoring with 10 points for Michigan. So we look to, we'll look to the team stats here. So Wisconsin shooting the ball 42% from the field. Michigan shooting the ball at 41.3% from the field. Rebounding game pretty much similar as Michigan's out rebounding Wisconsin currently right now, 30-29. Turnover is pretty even itself too, as Wisconsin turned the ball over 6 times so far in this one, and yeah, they haven't turned over the ball at all in the second half. That was the first half turnover stat that they had 6 turnovers. Michigan came in with 3 turnovers at the half. They've turned over the ball twice in the second half. So we look to the other games going on right now, and we have a close one. North Carolina. Oh, wow. So Miami just hit a 3-pointer. Zach Johnson sinks a 3-pointer by Miami. And the Hurricanes are up with 48 seconds left. 75-71 against number 8 North Carolina at Chapel Hill. So a shocker there. The other ACC game going on right now is Clemson against Virginia Tech, as Clemson trying to impress number 11 Virginia Tech, as the Tigers are up 50-44 right now in that game. But if you're tuning in for this one, close game here as Wisconsin and Ethan Happ will go to the free throw line when we get back to action from this TV timeout, as Michigan's up 46-45. So here's Happ at the line with 6:13 left to go. And he hits the front part of the rim, rebounded by Iggy Brazdakis of Michigan. So the Wolverines up by 1 right now with 6:06 left. Michigan with the ball at the top of the key. John Teske throws the ball in left wing with the ball is Charles Matthews. He has 12 points. And he scored a lot inside the past 7 minutes. And he feeds the ball inside to John Teske, who puts the ball up and in off the backboard for Michigan. So count that for 2. And he gets fouled as well. So John Teske will go to the line. So Michigan now with a 48-45 lead off the Ethan Happ missed free throw. John Teske at the free throw line. He's shooting 57.1% from the line this season. Teske, and hits the front part of the rim to the back, and it goes in, as he got the friendly roll right there. So John Teske has 16 points today, leading the Wolverines. 5:48 left to go. Wisconsin with the ball at the right wing. With it is Khalil Iverson, feeds the ball off to Davison, and he passes the ball off to Trice, and it goes back to Ethan Happ. Happ now inside the low post, backing his way, guarded by Teske, kicks the ball outside, right wing 3, and he sinks it from the outside. Nate Reavers, as this game is a 1-point game once again. Michigan up 49-48, and the Wolverines have the ball. Right wing of the perimeter as Poole passes the ball off now, as they're at the left wing behind the perimeter with Charles Matthews trying to go past defenders, and he scores as he just dribbles past the entire Wisconsin defense and two-hand slams it down with authority by Charles Matthews. The score now is Michigan 51, Wisconsin 48. Huge bucket by Charles Matthews to pull ahead here for a 3-point lead. 3-ball left wing, no good by Wisconsin, and it's a rebound by Xavier Simpson of Michigan, who pulls it away. So now Michigan has the ball past the timeline as they're up 51-48 against Wisconsin. Left wing now with the ball is Simpson, hands the ball off to Charles Matthews. 3-ball, Matthews no good, hits the top of the iron, rebounded by half of Wisconsin as Charles Matthews has come on strong in the second half scoring-wise. Wisconsin with the ball, down by 3 for the Badgers. As Trice throws the ball into the low post, Ethan Happ backing his way, guarded by Matthews. Happ up and in left hand, and it's good. By Wisconsin, we have a 1-point game again. 51-50. 4:10 left to go in regulation here as Michigan takes the ball past the timeline. What a game. John Teske with the ball at the top of the key, passes the ball off left wing. With the ball is Xavier Simpson trying to dribble inside. Oh, behind a group of defenders, and he goes baseline, and underneath he reverse lays it in. Right there for Xavier Simpson as Michigan has a 3-point lead, 53-50. Wisconsin with the ball, top of the key now with Ethan Happ. And the ball stolen, tipped by Teske. And Michigan gets themselves a steal. 3.5 left to go. The Wolverines take this ball past the timeline with their point guard Xavier Simpson. He just scored the last basket, going underneath the Wisconsin defense and laying that in. Michigan's up 53-50. Right elbow 2, no good by Jordan Poole, but Michigan gets the offensive rebound, sets it up. Top of the key 3, no good as he was open. That was Xavier Simpson who couldn't sink that one in. Wisconsin gets the rebound, takes it past the left side of the timeline with Demetric Trice. Wisconsin's down by 3, 53-50. We got 2:55 left to go. The ball goes inside to Ethan Happ, trying to back his way in there, guarded by Teske. Happ, no good. It looked like it was going to go up and in, but it just went off the top of the rim and couldn't get the courtesy of the backboard either. Rebounded by Michigan. 2:38 left to go. The Wolverines will call a timeout and talk things over here as John Beilein is looking for his 270th win as Michigan coach if he gets this one to go into the W column. But the Wolverines right now with a 53-50 lead with a timeout called by John Beilein with 2:38 left to go. I'll update the chat here so we can get the score for you guys. So we have Michigan 53, Wisconsin 50, and we have 2:38 left to go in regulation. As we thank you for joining me in here. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. This is game 1 out of 3 games I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions of. I got Villanova against Marquette. Big East battle coming up next after that one. And then stay tuned for the 6 o'clock game tonight. It will be a good one. Duke against Virginia. So we look to this college basketball scoreboard. There's a lot of things going right now in college basketball, isn't there? We got a game in overtime between Miami and North Carolina. Number 8 UNC forces overtime as that game's tied up at 77. So if you're just joining us, this game is close. We have a timeout currently in progress here. Michigan and Wisconsin. Michigan is up 53-50 with 2:38 left. There's another game going on right now since we're on this TV timeout, and Miami is tied going into overtime against number 8 North Carolina as they're tied up at 77. As we look to the college basketball scoreboard right now, the Clemson Tigers, who's on the bubble currently, is up 53-48 against number 11 Virginia Tech right now. So those are the 2 games that's rolling around, but this one, Michigan against Wisconsin, close as well, 53-50. We're on commercial break here. John Teske leading the way currently for the Wolverines with 17 points, 12 rebounds. So a big double-double game today for John Teske. Charles Matthews coming in the second half with 14 points right now, and then 10 points by Jordan Poole from Michigan. We look to the scoring right now for Wisconsin. Ethan Happ, 18 points, 10 rebounds. Another double-double game for Ethan Happ as he has 16 double-double games this season, and he extends to 23 double-digit points scored in games this season out of the 24 for Ethan Happ. As he's only one of 2 players right now in all college basketball currently averaging a double-double coming into this game with 18.3 points per game scored and 10.4 points per game rebounding on the board's average throughout the season. So Huge game here down the stretch with 2:38 left to go. We're on commercial break right now between Michigan and Wisconsin as John Beilein just called a timeout for the Wolverines. But before we get back into the game ourselves, feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. And coming up after this, I'll have the stream for you guys. 2:30 will be Villanova against Marquette as Marcus Howard will be the star for Marquette. He's been the star all season long as he averages above 24 points per game. As right now he's 5th in all of college basketball, right next to Carson Edwards of Purdue for points per game, as he dropped a career high 53 points against Creighton last month. We're back to action here. So Michigan with the ball now at the top of the key with it. Charles Matthews passes the ball off to Jordan Poole, dribbling towards the right wing behind the perimeter now. Michigan's up by 3. Deep 3 by Poole, no good, and rebounded by Wisconsin here with 2:15 left to go in the second. Wisconsin takes the ball past the timeline. Demetric Trice with the ball left wing to the top of the key behind the arc. Passes the ball to Ethan Happ. Happ backing his way down low, guarded by Teske. Happ, and no, couldn't get it in off the board, but he gets his own offensive rebound. Happ behind the back pass. Oh no, but they couldn't get it to score. So the behind the back pass to Khalil Iverson, but Iverson was rejected by the rim, and Michigan gets the ball back. We have 1:46 left to go. Michigan is up 53-50. The ball is into the hands of Xavier Simpson here for the Wolverines. 10 on the shot clock. 1:36 left. He hands the ball off to Charles Matthews. Matthews trying to go inside. Baseline with 4. Baseline jumper with 2. And he sinks it. Charles Matthews with another 2 from the baseline. And we have ourselves a 55-50 game here with the Wolverines up by 5. Wisconsin with the ball at the right wing now behind the perimeter. As the ball is into the hands now of Demetric Trice, left wing behind the perimeter with the ball is Trice. Trice guarded by Simpson. Trice with 9 on the shot clock. We have a minute left, folks. Trice still dribbling with the ball. 59 left. 4 on the shot clock. Trice deep 2. No good. Rebounded by Michigan. Michigan is up 55-50. 50 seconds left. Wisconsin needs to foul. They're down by 5, and they do with 45.8 seconds left. So I'll update the chat here with the score for you guys. Thank you for joining me in on the stream. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well if you wish, as I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games throughout the season, and of course into the March Madness tournament. Charles Matthews has 14 points in the second half, or the second half explosion by him. So Wisconsin has 50. Michigan has 55, and the foul was last called by Wisconsin. So Michigan will get the inbound here, as Michigan does. Just updated the chat with the score. We have 40 seconds now. Michigan with the ball. Wisconsin really needs the foul here, and the ball goes into the hands of Isaiah Livers with the ball. Passes the ball off to Jordan Poole. Back to Charles Matthews with 6 on the shot clock. 30 left to go. 26 seconds left to go. 2 left to go into the lane. A jumper. Oh, he puts it home with 23.6 seconds left. Michigan's up by 7. That might have just iced it, as the Wolverines looking like they might be coming home with a W after this one. Huge shot right there. Who was that? Huge shot. That was, number 1, Charles Matthews, doing his thing in this second half, just exploding. 16 points. 14 points in the second half for Matthews. I'm going to update the score here. Thank you for tuning in right now. Wisconsin has 50. Michigan has 57. So I just updated that chat with the score again, with the 7-point advantage by the Michigan Wolverines right now, with about 23 seconds left to go in regulation of this one. Huge shot by Michigan, as Matthews just dribbled in between defenders here. I'm looking at the replay, and he went inside the low post to stop and pop with a J inside there, and right when the shot clock expired, just nails down that 2-pointer right there. And the stop and pop J are just right in front of the free throw circle. So career game. Okay, he has 18 points now. So 16 points in the second half by Charles Matthews. He only had 2 points in the first half. 18 points total for him. A huge game today for Matthews. Wisconsin now has the ball. They're down by 7, 20 seconds left. Into the hands of Davison. Davison, low post. Feeds the ball inside and could not get it up the glass. No good. And rebounded by Michigan with 13.6 seconds remaining. And Wisconsin fouls. So we got the bonus coming up for the Wolverines, and it looks like Michigan's going to have the W here. So update the score once again for you guys. Thank you for tuning in here, as this looks like it'll be the Michigan Wolverines. They're away. 13.6 seconds away from getting the W here. What will that be? Yeah. So if they do win this game, they'll be 22-2 on the season. Just an incredible season for Michigan. And the first one, he sinks it from the line. That's number 4, Isaiah Livers, who hit that one. As a score right now, it's Michigan 58, Wisconsin 50. And the second shot from the line by Michigan sinks it as well. So 59-50, Michigan's up by 9 with 13.6 seconds remaining. And the Michigan fans loving it today as they're 13 seconds away from going 22-2 in the nation, as the dribble pass goes by Brad Davison. So he dribbles behind the entire Michigan defense. We have 8.7 seconds right now, 59-52. Oh, Wisconsin cannot foul. They couldn't foul. The alley-oop jam. So Wisconsin couldn't follow, as right there, Jordan Poole, a huge separation, dribbled the entire distance from the court and set the ball up for the alley-oop jam. The clock expires and the game is finished. That just iced it over right there. So the Michigan Wolverines at home pulling off the 61-52 victory against Wisconsin. So the revenge game in Ann Arbor goes back to the Wolverines for this one. Thank you so much for tuning in here. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. And feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing live streams throughout the season and, of course, into the March Madness tournament of my play-by-play and live reactions. And this is only game 1 of 3 games today, as I'll be doing very shortly Villanova against Marquette. So tune in for that one if you wish. I'm going to update the chat here with a final score. Wisconsin dropping this one 52-61, as Michigan is victorious in this one. So that has gone final. So the Michigan Wolverines with Coach John Beilein, who gets his 270th win as head coach for the Wolverines inside his 12th season as head coach. So now he has a record of 270 and 145 as Michigan, 7th in the nation, improves to 22-2 overall and 11-2 in Big Ten play. Also 15-0 at home this season, and back on that 2-game winning streak for them after the loss against Iowa last Friday. As we look to the Wisconsin Badgers, they fall to 17-7 overall and 9-4 in Big Ten play right now. They dropped to 6-4 on the road, and their 6-game winning streak is finally snapped here with the big win by Michigan today. We'll look into the box score in just a second, and then I'm going to actually update you guys on the Miami-North Carolina scores. That game's into overtime as well. So, yeah, actually, I'm going to change the TV channel here. I'm going to see if I can actually get that game. Miami and North Carolina, because the score of that one, number 8 North Carolina is up against Miami with 12 seconds left in overtime, 87-85. So stay tuned here if you want to listen to my play-by-play live reactions of Miami against North Carolina. I'm actually going to update the chat with that right now. I just updated that right now. So North Carolina against Miami. I'll stay here for the last 12.3 seconds left of this one. We'll go into the box score for Michigan and Wisconsin. Here's Michigan just beat Wisconsin 61-52. After this, I'm going to create a new video on my channel. It will be Villanova against Marquette, so stay tuned for that one as well. And then tonight, I'll have 6 p.m. Eastern time, the game between Virginia and Duke. That'll be huge. 2 versus 3. So the shot from the line by North Carolina goes down here as they're up 88-85 with a timeout called by Roy Williams as where the action here. But the game that just got finished, Wisconsin and Michigan, I'll go down these stats for you guys. Ethan Happ for the losing Badgers had 18 points in this one and 11 rebounds. So another double-double as now he has 16 double-doubles this season for Ethan Happ. And for Michigan, big game out of Charles Matthews. Led the scoring today for the Michigan Wolverines with 18 points, 9 for 15 shooting. And then John Teskey added 17 points for Michigan as well, as the Wolverines just beat the Badgers a few minutes ago, 61-52. Now we have on this channel 12 seconds left to go in overtime. North Carolina against Miami. I'll cover this one, and then I'll create a new video of the Villanova against Marquette game starting very shortly. So Miami is down by 3. I covered these teams a little bit a couple of weeks ago, so I know some of the players here. It's kind of tough to see on the screen here, their numbers here since my TV is smaller. And the dribble by Miami, but it looks like Kobe White will be charged with a reach-in foul for North Carolina with 8.2 seconds remaining. So let's see. Just getting started in this one. I'm curious to know the scores as, yeah, Chris Lykes having a huge game for Miami. 27 points he dropped in this one. 33 points. Career game for Kobe White for North Carolina. So Miami will inbound it down by 3 with 8 seconds remaining as they throw the ball out to the left corner right there. And we have another foul with 6 seconds left. I'll update the score here for you guys. As yeah, this game's been pretty fascinating. But yeah, I just finished covering Michigan against Wisconsin. But yeah, I thought feel free to tune in to the end of this one. We had like 12 seconds left when I saw on the clock. So it'd be pretty cool to just cover the end of this one and see if anybody would like to join me here. So the ball in the last play for Miami, it looks like it did go out of bounds. See who it was touched by? Was it? Yeah, it was. I think it went off. Did it go off the body of Williams? That's what the refs are discussing here. Or did it go out of the hands of? That would be number 5 for Miami. As I get up the. 6.8 seconds remaining. Number 5 for Miami. They don't. Yeah, they don't tell you here. Either way. So we have 6.8 seconds remaining to go. Miami's down by 3. Trying to send this into a second overtime as they're looking for somebody to inbound it, and they do. They pass it in there, and the ball is stripped in the lane. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and 1 second with a lay-in at the buzzer, and this game's over. So North Carolina with a huge steal closes out 88-85 victors for UNC, and that just about does it for that game. So, wow, what a great day in college basketball. So I'll get back to Michigan against Wisconsin in just a second as Miami loses to UNC. That one has just gone final as well, and I'll close out the show. Right now, so let's get to this. So Wisconsin shooting from the field 40.7% in the game that we just wrapped up before I turned it over to North Carolina, Miami for a little bit. And Michigan shot the ball 44.6% from the field. From three-point range, both of the teams converted 4 3-pointers out of the game for Wisconsin and Michigan. It looks like the assists were the big part of the Wolverines winning this game. They had 11 assists compared to Wisconsin's 5. In this one also, Wisconsin fouled 13 times in this one. That's compared to Michigan's 9 fouls, as that's well below Michigan's average fouls per game. They only foul around 14 times per game. That is good for 7th fewest fouls right now in all college basketball. But yeah, that just about does it here. So Michigan beats Wisconsin 61-52. So Michigan moves on to 22-2 overall. And North Carolina right now with another big win, and they improved to 18-4 overall. They beat Miami 88-85, but that's basically it. Stay tuned for my next game, 2:30. I'll start shortly, about 15 minutes from now. It's Villanova against Marquette, number 14 against number 10 for a great Big East basketball game. This has been a Behind the Arc basketball presentation. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. Thank you for joining me. This is Behind the Arc basketball on YouTube.